Miles nearly took it away from McAvoy. They're going to call him for a foul instead.
Yeah, might have been a little bit of an anticipation there, but what you see is last time down, Western Illinois, the way they defend, they'll typically have 5 sets of eyes on the ball at all times, and it's really hard to find lanes to penetrate, and when you do, you better deliver a pass. Here we see the pass by Clark, and we see a nice job by McAvoy of getting to the free throw line. Not necessarily agreed with here by the crowd in Vermilion. Flack comes back in for Tecker, and Gruss still now the only starter that's played the entire way. Oh, and Miles, excuse me.
Lead back to 7, was down to 2 just a moment ago. 3-pointer for Voss, off the iron, rebound to Link.
USD back to the weave, and they're going to settle for that quick 3. They can't expect second shot opportunities if they want to take it that quick.
Jordan Foster in there now, another true freshman for Western Illinois, giving Ceola Clark a little bit of a break here early.
I don't know if you want Clark to be sitting on that bench too long.
3 seconds whistled against Michael Ocharobia. And so the Coyotes will get it back out of this break, trailing by 7. Ceola Clark and the Leathernecks red hot from the field to start. Clark 3 for 3 from downtown. Dave Boots probably didn't expect this coming into the ballgame. Western Illinois has been red hot, 6 of 9 from the floor, Greg. 3 of 3 from downtown. They got an early 7-point lead on the Coyotes.
Yeah, they do. It's more up-tempo, but at the same time, you can't be caught off guard by it. You got to kind of feed off of it yourself and create some opportunities for yourself on your own offensive end.
Rawson lost the handle, hit him on the knee, and went out of bounds. So another turnover. Western Illinois will take over underneath.
Rawson's got to let those opportunities to penetrate find him. He was just trying to create too much too soon, and the seam really wasn't there. And you got to get quality possessions against these because they can turn into a low possession game in a hurry.
Don McAvoy. Here's Jordan Foster, true freshman out of Chicago. Working on Javal Miles, picks up a screen into the paint, going over the top of Gruss. And a nice take for the young player, Jordan Foster.
That was a nice take, took it right at the 6'9" Gruss and finished with contact. Gruss kind of backed away on that. He's got to hold his ground.
Lead is 9 for Western Illinois.
One thing you got to do against a good defensive team is get that thing side to side. If you don't get anything in transition, get it reversed.
Miles, pull-up 3 off the back iron. Offensive rebound goes to Rawson, and a fresh 35 for USD. Reset the offense now with Miles. Flack was coming in to help him out. Ball swatted away by Terrell Parks. Coyotes keep it. Another attempt for 3 for Miles. This one short, and a rebound goes to Hawthorne.
Second shot opportunities. USD's got to capitalize on that. Trailing by 9. They got to hang in there. I tell you what, you get down 9 to a Western Illinois team, sometimes it'll seem like 19.
Link, long 2, well short. Rebound goes to Gruss, and here comes Miles.
Back to the weave action now for USD.
And it off to Boots. Drives in, left-handed attempt is no good. Gruss tried to tap it back, can't get that to fall either, and Jordan Foster gains control for the Leathernecks.
That's exactly what you want that offense to create. Good look by Boots. You just got to get in and finish. Gruss does a nice job of following it up. 0 for 5, though, from the three-point line. That's the story of the game so far, as Western Illinois knocked about 3 of them down.
Leathernecks 3 of 3, all those coming off the hand of Ceola Clark, who's currently on the bench with 9 points. Don McAvoy is going to try his luck. First miss from downtown for Western Illinois. Here comes Rawson, and he's going to pull it up.
Good job of Gruss by running the floor, beating Parks down the floor, and Rawson does a good job. Gets it into him a little bit late, but at least gets it into him, and then Gruss attacks and draws the foul on Parks.
You see Gruss take it right at him, as you said.
Yep. Parks puts both hands up on him, both arms up on him. Easy call for the ref.
Casper Bauer, Boss, and Tecker back into the game now for USD. Gruce comes off.
This makes USD pretty darn small. We'll see how they defend against Western Illinois against the big lineup.
Flack nearly had it taken away by Parks and then swatted out of bounds by the big fella. USD keeps it, 31 on the shot clock.
Parks stays aggressive. He's got one foul, but he's going to work. You'll see him work with his hands up from the bottom, just stay very aggressive on the ball.
And now you see some of that leaping ability right there from Tyler Flack. Left the turnaround short, rebound to Clark.
Parks still presents a very good defensive presence in there to shoot over for Flack. See Western Illinois running some weave action themselves. You see Parks dunk.
Take it in for Don McAvoy. Drove the baseline. Nobody stepped in front of it. He throws it down.
That's Parks seals his man behind there who's supposed to help out. Clear lane to the basket for McAvoy.
Lead stretches to 11 now for Western Illinois. They have controlled this one from the tip. Boss. Second chance is good.
Nice job by Boss. Good take, good recognition on the penetration, then he stays with it. Cuts the lead back down to 9. You got to realize Western Illinois is a good team. They were one shot from the NCAA tournament last year. USD's got to do a better job of defending them.
Had to settle for the college basketball invitational. Fell to Oregon State in the opening round of that tournament. But it looked like they had that game against South Dakota State, won a couple of different times in that second half. Had a 9-point lead, which, as you said, against a team that plays defense like these guys, seems almost insurmountable, but unable to hold it, and the Jacks took it in overtime.
Good defensive possession for USD that time. They've got to string a few of those together and get some quality possessions on this end of the floor.
Rawson walked with it, working on McAvoy, and another turnover for USD. 21-12, Western Illinois off to a great start here in Vermillion, and they're doing it with offense, not to mention a pretty good defense. Take a look at the Sanford Health injury report. That young man, Tyler Larson, lost for the year due to a knee injury. Had surgery last week to repair the problem, but he is done for the year. Junior college transfer out of Las Vegas, Nevada for Western Illinois. Remy Roberts-Burdett has been out with a concussion, suffered that injury in the second exhibition game for Western Illinois and has not been back. They're being extra cautious from what we're told, just for the fact that he had one last year. And obviously head injuries are a scary thing now more than ever. The emphasis that's being put on that, but that's your injury brought to you by Sanford Health, where we come together to improve the human condition.
USD extending their zone up to three-quarter court, trying to shorten Western Illinois' possession, take some time off the shot clock.
.15 on the clock. Terrell Parks rolled off a screen and looked to have some room, but good defense by Flack coming back and swatting that one away.
Good recovery. What they did is they kind of knifed their top guard through, and then he just set a quick up screen for Parks. Parks came off of it, and Flack recovered.
10 on the shot clock now for Western Illinois.
Good possession so far by USD.
Oster drives right in at Flack. Good defense going straight up, but Parks there to get the putback.
That's what happens against his zone, and nobody put a body on Parks, and he's a guy you got to get a body on every time.
Ball Miles back in there after a brief rest for USD.
Nice take.
Some of that quickness, but a little too strong, and a rebound goes to Parks.
Good thing about that offense is it gets everybody out on the perimeter, but the tough thing is when you get to the rim, you got to find a way to finish.
Jack hopped with it now. Here's Ciola Clark, 3 of 3 from downtown to start. Parks over the top of Flack. Rebound goes to Tecker. USD wants to get out and run with it.
Flack doing a decent job of defending at the rim, keeping his hands high, staying in stance. USD rebounds it better that time.
Miles. Parks came over to help out. Foul whistled. And I think it's going to go against Adam Link.
Yeah, it looks Miles did a nice job of attacking and kind of put the pressure on the official. Coach Molinari does not agree with that, and that was a tough call, but Miles just kind of threw his body into that and got himself to the free throw line.
Miles very good at the free throw line so far this season, 86%. He's 3 of 3 now on the night. He's 4th in the Summit League with that 86%. Look at Dave Boots. 10 and 18 last year, 5 and 12. 5 and 13 rather in the Summit League.
Well, he's done a great job of taking them through this transition. He's won 600 games and first losing season last year. I mean, it's the cards are stacked against him when you go through that transition, but I think he feels very good about the progress they're making.
Hopped, pulls up for 3, too long. Rebound to Casper Bauer. And here come the Coyotes. Black mishandled that entry pass. Hopp came away with it for Western Illinois.
Got to value the ball. They did a nice job. Boston, a nice job of entering it. Flax just got to get his hands on it and not let that thing get taken away that easily.
That screen and roll. Park makes good on that. Good feed from Clark.
And that's where you see the man-to-man action against that matchup zone creates some problems, and Western Illinois attacks it very effectively.
Parks with 6 now for Western Illinois. Boss. Three-pointer gets the roll.
Boss is a nice-looking player. He's demonstrated ability to get to the rim. He's strong and physical, and he's also got nice range and nice touches. He just demonstrated on that three-pointer. USD cuts it to 8 now. Need to get a stop here.
Boss averaging under 10 minutes per game coming in. He's got to be approaching that here in this first half. And off the bench for USD. Played in 21 games as a true freshman last year. Got a couple of starts. But an answer from Ceola Clark. 4 for 4 now from downtown. The senior from Gurnee, Illinois.
Western Illinois did a great job up there of faking the ball reversal and coming back to a quick overload against that zone.
Over and back to call against USD. And again, that's created by Ceola Clark, who's 4th in the league in steals. He's the career steal leader at Western Illinois with nearly 200. Ranks up there in three-pointers made, is a fact that's been on display here tonight.
University of South Dakota has started to make some perimeter shots.
Rawson can't hit the free throw and complete the three-point play. We stay tied at 40 apiece. Rawson's got 7 on the night for USD. Impressive performance here in the second half for USD. Try to beat Western Illinois at its own game. Rawson. Ocharobia was all by himself, and he throws it down.
Nice call by Coach Molinari. Saw that they were using Bruce to really hard show on ball screens. Used Ocharobia to set the ball screen and then rolled him hard to the rim. No backside help.
How about that look from Ceola Clark on the assist as well?
He's a great player. He's the calming influence for them out there right now.
Here's Bruce. Kicks it out to Miles. They'll reset under 15 on the shot clock. Miles shakes off McAvoy, tries to hit the 3, and it's well off the mark.
Thought he had a mismatch with McAvoy. That's when he's got to try to stand McAvoy up and get by him, either get to the rim or draw a defender and kick it. And he settled for the tough contested 3.
Clark wanted to dish it. Inside, goes outside instead, and Jordan Foster makes it count.
Clark is making things happen. Great penetration, gets in the middle of the lane and finds the wide open shooter on the wing.
USD fought back to tie it at 40, and 5 straight points now for Western Illinois gives them a 5-point lead.
Now you see Ceola Clark matched up on Casper Bauer. That means that's some respect.
No
that time McAvoy.
Crowd wanted to call as Casper Bauer attempted the 3. Ceola Clark reached in there and certainly altered the shot.
Yeah, I think it was McAvoy that actually blocked
you're right.
34. Yep. Yeah, and it was just kind of Casper Bauer floated right into it.
Foster. Shot blocked by Gruss, but contact is made, so Foster will head to the free throw line when we come back. Second half, things are getting interesting. Don McAvoy and the Leathernecks lead Javal Miles in the counts, 45-40 with 11:19 to go. $11:19 to play in the ball game. Western Illinois and USD in a, forgive me, dogfight here at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. Jim Molinari and his Leathernecks trying to fend off a pesky USD team right now. The Coyotes have controlled a good portion of this second half, and Western Illinois, of course, working without their best big man, and Terrell Parks, who's on the bench with foul trouble. Casey Kasperbauer and the Coyotes, for the most part, have taken advantage of it, but as you talked during the break, Greg, they've gotten a little tired on the defensive end, and Western Illinois has been able to capitalize on that.
They have, and that's impacted the intensity they can come out with when they were getting up and pressuring and really helping and moving and communicating. They were difficult to score against. Last few possessions have cost USD. We'll see if this timeout allows them to regain some composure and regain some breath. Western Illinois up 6 with a chance to go up 7. USD needs some quality possessions here as we come down the last 11:19 of this game.
Foster gets them both. Western Illinois, we talked about their poor free throw shooting as a team. They're 8 of 10 here tonight, so that's pretty good. And important in a game like this. Gruss.
Into ISO Gruss.
Rawson pulls it up, kicks it out. Miles, guarded by McAvoy. Here's Rawson into the lane. Shot swatted away by Ocharobia.
Good recognition by Ocharobia to get back and contest at the rim. And that wasn't a bad possession for USD. They've just got to start coming away with some points.
We talked about the loss of Parks on the offensive end, that Ocharobia is not the force that he is, but they do not lose a lot defensively when he's on the floor. He can do a lot of the same things.
Yes, he can, and he's a presence. There's no question about it.
McAvoy finds that open lane again and takes it in, finishes off the window. And McAvoy has capitalized on a situation like that 3 times tonight. A couple times baseline and here off the wing.
Yeah, and that's what you get is you get and we talked about it. Let the penetrating options find you instead of forcing them. About 2 or 3 ball reversals. McAvoy catches, faces up, realizes his defender's on the high side, attacks, and there's no help, and goes up and finishes strong. So they're playing very disciplined right now, and a great job by Western Illinois to answer USD's run.
It's a 9-0 run over the last 3 minutes, and Western Illinois is back in front by 9. Well, USD has a fortunate schedule coming up. Play 5 of their first 6 Summit League games at home, so a good chance to get some momentum going in the conference. Of course, that comes back, and it goes the other direction later on, so you certainly don't want to be struggling when you hit that road stretch that's sure to follow.
That's right, and I think Coach Boots knows they're a little bit undermanned, but they're also tough to beat at this place, and they've got to take advantage of the opportunities when they happen to capitalize. And what they did is they came back and tied this thing up, and now they've kind of let Western Illinois get away from them a little bit, trailing by 9.
Flack's going to spot up for 3, and the big fella shows off some range. Tyler Flack is 5th 3 of the season, and it cuts the lead to 6.
No hesitation on Flack's part.
30-second timeout called by Western Illinois.
Quick timeout now for Western Illinois. 32nd called by Jim Molinari.
And it looks like he wants to get Clark back in the game. I didn't think Ciola was going to come out. And then also you see Parks coming back in. You don't be surprised with 10 minutes to go. He's got 4 fouls. Here we see Flack popping up. His defender was sagging low to double Gruss, and no hesitation taking the 3. But we'll see some offense-defense with Parks. Anytime he can get him out, he'll take him out. He's going to try to use him here. And what we better see on the other end, if he's still on the floor when they go to the other end, is I would attack Parks right away and try to get him out of there so he's no longer a factor at all.
So Flack steps out, hits the 3-pointers, now 5 of 11 from downtown on the season. 6'7" freshman out of Lakeville, Minnesota. They are very excited about what he brings to the program here at USD. Had 8 blocks in their last home game against Waldorf. He actually leads the Summit League in that category, so he's very good on both ends of the floor, which obviously any coach is going to be happy with that well-rounded of a player.
Very explosive athlete with a lot of upside and the ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter. I tell you what, Coach Boots is very excited about him.
Coyotes got to stop. Chance to chip away here, down 6 with under 9.5 to go.
You can't stand and hold it and then penetrate. The opportunity is going to be there or it's not. Miles gets around his man.
Miles tried to scoop it up, and the rebound goes to Parks.
Penetration is there, but it's just got to be there at the right time. Everything's contested for South Dakota right now.
Clark looking inside to Parks, and Groos got him on the arm.
Side screen and roll is kind of Western Illinois' bread and butter. They haven't done it a lot tonight, but you can see it's something that they're going to go to with the game on the line. They're up 6. Here you see Clark comes off the side screen and roll. It's just those two on that side, so there's no help side. Groos gets caught with his back to the ball, and easy call for the officials.
Second personal 15 foul on USD. Here's McAvoy. That shot swatted away by Flack.
We were just talking about it, Jay.
Miles trying to go end-to-end with it, and did he get Parks? That's the question. I think they're going to call it on McAvoy, so maybe a bit of a break for Western Illinois there as Miles did what you said. He went right at Terrell Parks here.
Yep, and here first we see Flack with the block, and then we go the other way. And hey, don't think for a second these officials don't know Parks has 4 fouls. If McAvoy's in the area, that was an easy call, and I think that's probably the right thing to do too.
Miles is going to get 2 shots. He's 6 of 6 at the free throw line tonight. Again, 86% on the season coming in.
They're going to need every one of them coming down the stretch. Western Illinois is showing some good discipline on the offensive end. USD is going to have to capitalize. And here we see Miles just attack it, and McAvoy's trying to get out of the way. That's a tough call. McAvoy doesn't even see him coming, and he runs right up his back, but the officials have to make the call on somebody, and they go with 34.
Miles gets them both. Jack Hopp back off the bench for Western Illinois. And he's going to replace Jordan Foster. Original starting 5 back out there for Western Illinois. And again, the amount of minutes these guys play, that's usually the way it is.
That's right. And they're going to try to maximize Parks when he's out there. They're probably going to try to get him a touch most of the time.
9-0 run for Western Illinois has been followed by a 5-0 run now for USD. The Coyotes back within 4, and here's Parks working on Groos. Flack came over to help out, and that's just a guy making a play right there because the Coyotes could not have defended that much better.
That's right. He just went right up and over Groos, and that's a tough shot.
Offensive foul.
And that's, it's on those handoffs. If he's going to hand off and run into the guy he's passing to, we'll see it here now. He just kind of delivers the ball and runs into his defender, and it's kind of an easy call.
It's a second personal on Karim Rawson, and both have come on that situation that you just described. And here's Parks. They are feeding him early and often since he's been back off the bench. Great dish and an even better follow. Adam Link couldn't finish, but Terrell Parks sure did.
He went right up and took that out of Groos's hands. Groos thought he had the rebound. He went up, took it out of his hands, and finished it. Great effort by Parks.
Playing like a man possessed since coming off the bench.
I think he realized he let his team down a little bit by losing his temper and wants to maximize his opportunity to contribute.
Lead back to 8 for Western Illinois now as we hit the 7:30 mark of the second half. Miles dishes off to Groos, left the layup short. Rebound goes to Western Illinois. Leathernecks trying to put this one away. They're up 8. Terrell Parks went to the bench early in this second half after picking up a third personal foul, followed by a technical foul, which gave him 4 personals. And he spent some significant time on the bench. Well, he came back a couple of minutes ago, and he has been a man on a mission. He's up to 12 for the night, including a huge follow-up dunk. Last trip down, Adam Lake now at the free throw line for Western Illinois as they try to add to an 8-point lead.
Well, it's a gutsy decision by Coach Molinari with about 11 minutes left to bring back, one of your key guys with 4 fouls, and it's certainly paid off because the game was tied up, and they've put some distance between them again now as Western Illinois leads by 9.
1 of 2 for Link. Jordan Boots back out there now for USD.
This weave action is something that USD used early in the game. Western Illinois really did a great job of defending it and protecting the paint, and it allows them to kind of stay up on shooters too. And it's just one that kind of USD really struggles creating open opportunities for themselves.
5 on the shot clock. Rawson lost the handle. Boots for 3.
Yeah, they got it. Nice job of being heads-up play, recovering. Jordan Boots, his specialty is shooting threes, and that was a big one. Cuts the lead to 6.
107th career three-pointer for Jordan Boots at USD. Ciola Clark tries to answer. Parks tried to put it back and ties it up between the rim and the glass, and USD will get it. That's an unfortunate circumstance if you're Terrell Parks, because you're right there for the putback. And instead, it gets stuck, and USD gets the basketball.
Yep, and the thing is, with 6:22, Parks is a little bit tired right now. USD's got to find a way to maybe go at him and get him out of here. Nice job finding Gruce on the cut. It looks like Clark stepped in.
Foul will go against Ciola Clark.
Diagonal screen, and Clark kind of grabs him from behind. Actually, that's an easy call from behind.
That is his 3rd now. Jack Haupt comes off the floor. Trevor Gruce will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
That's what USD wants. They want to be able to score with the clock stopped.
Gruce gets the front end and earns the bonus.
It's about stops for the University of South Dakota, and it's about execution for Western Illinois on the offensive end. It's just kind of a matter of a test of wills on both ends of the floor.
Gruce draws iron on the second. So the lead stays at 5 for Western Illinois with 6 minutes to go here at the Dakota Dome.
They're going to sag off Link and stay down and help on Parks. I think that's a good decision on the part of USD.
Miscommunication there between Adam Link and Jordan Foster. Link threw it away, and a turnover for Western Illinois. The Coyotes will take those, certainly, as they try to get back into this game, or closer, I should say, down 5.
Yeah. Make Link handle the ball, make him make decisions. That paid off for USD that time.
Inside to Gruce, working on Parks. Off the window for 2, Trevor Gruce.
Got to attack Parks. He's not going to be aggressive. Gruce is going to get touches. USD cuts it to 3. Western Illinois with a key offensive possession this time down the floor.
11 points for Gruce, and the Coyotes are back within 3. Leathernecks need a bucket. Foul called against Tyler Flack away from the ball. Working on Terrell Parks, and USD has picked up some fouls trying to get Parks that 5th foul.
Yeah, and that time I didn't see it was off the ball after Parks got rid of it, but the problem is it puts him on the line, and Parks has made some free throws to this point. I think he's where is he at? No, it's his first trip to the line, I believe.
Got that one to go.
Extends the lead to 4. But USD, hey, that's what you got to understand. You're not going to get stops every time down the floor. You just got to get enough of them here and play with great energy and great edge on the defensive end.
Parks is 29% at the line coming in. He got them both.
USD going to run a set here, look to get a shot. I wouldn't be surprised to see the diagonal screen for Gruce again off a ball reversal. Here they're going to try to go to Flock.
Coyotes have been close, tied it at 40, but have been unable to get over the hump.
That's a tough shot. Boy, they've had a chance to score every time they've gotten touches in the low post, and that time they chose to take a tough shot off the bounce with very little ball movement. Western Illinois has a chance to turn this into a 3-possession game.
Parks created some space for Clark, but he can't knock down the triple. Rebound for USD, attempt for 3 for Jordan Boots. Some contact there, no call made, and Western Illinois comes away with the rebound.
It's a great shot if it goes in, but it's right now it's you're down 5, chance to make it a 1-possession game, and you want to maybe make Western Illinois defend.
Inside again to Parks. Over the top of Flack, excuse me. Rebound tipped out to Jordan Boots. Nearly threw it away, looking for Miles.
Just need a quality possession. Look to get an inside touch off of ball reversal so their help is slow to come. Good cut by Flack.
I think that pass might have been intended for Gruce, but Flack was cutting through the lane, grabbed it. Lost the handle out of bounds. 56-51, Western Illinois with 3:39 to go.
This Midco Sports Network broadcast is brought to you by Sanford Health, where we come together to improve the human condition.
Summit League opener for Western Illinois and USD. And right now the Leathernecks clinging to a 5-point lead with under 4 minutes to play. It's been a very entertaining ball game, especially in the second half. Both teams working extremely hard on both ends of the floor, and good defense being played by both sides. Western Illinois obviously known for that, and USD is matching them nearly step for step here in the second half.
USD really has. When they've been good, when they've closed the gap, when they put their runs on it, it's been a product of their energy on the defensive end, and it's led into some quality offensive possessions, and they've got to come up with another good defensive possession here. Western Illinois, you'll see the ball in Ciola Clark's hands. I got to believe that. And don't be surprised if Parks gets a touch too.
Good work by Parks, working with those 4 fouls. He said he came back in at about the 11-minute mark. And a 3-pointer for Jack Haupt, and that's a big bucket for Western Illinois. But to my earlier point, Terrell Parks came back in with about 11 minutes to play, working with 4 fouls, and has stayed on the floor and out of trouble.
Yeah, he's been very mature, played very smart, and really helped his team create some separation here down the stretch.
Rawson looking for Gruce inside. And he'll back it out, working on Parks. Give way to Miles, under 10 on the shot clock now. Trying to step through on Parks. They're going to call him for a walk as he tried to split the defense.
It's just, it's hard. There's 2 guys there, and I know there's some contact, but it's just, the longer you pound that ball, the more the defense sets up, and that's what Western Illinois does. They're going to be there. They're going to try to keep you in front of them. Last time down, we'll see if they try to set an on ball with Parks again and roll him hard to the rim, and if Haupt's man stays down there to kind of help out, that's why he popped up wide open last time.
Here's Parks. Kicks it outside. McAvoy found a lane. What a finish, Don McAvoy.
Great take by McAvoy. Lets the opportunity find him and just goes strong.
Rawson answers for 3. Coyotes not going away. Just when you think Western Illinois is turning the corner and starting to put it away, the Coyotes hit a shot, get back within 7 now. But we talk about Terrell Parks, and obviously he commands a lot of attention, especially with the way he's played here in the second half since coming back into this ball game. But that has led to some good opportunities, particularly for Don McAvoy, who's found some really good opportunities to go to the basket tonight.
And they have, and what they've done, they'll get those opportunities by using Parks to set the ball screen, rolling him hard. We saw Haupt come up when his man helped out, and he knocked a 3 down a little while ago. And then this last time, McAvoy's man gets caught helping out, and McAvoy just attacks. And he said, I'm either going to get charged or I'm going to dunk this thing. And he went in with a lot of authority, and big dunk for McAvoy in each half. And that was quality possession for Western Illinois. USD, though, answers with a 3, 7-point game, 2:08 to go. They've got to get stops.
And in fact, that is what they are looking at right now, is to see if Rawson's toe is on the line, if that's a 2 or a 3. But look at that wide open lane for McAvoy, and that's just because the defense has to collapse around Parks. They double team him, try to keep him off the glass, and then that just creates an opportunity for one of his teammates.
It really was. I think Parks getting back on the floor was kind of the difference in the game. Here we see kicking out. Oh, did they confirm it?
Confirmed it a 3. They just did make the official call. It is a 3 for Kareem Rawson. From that angle, it's tough to tell, tough to reverse it, especially.
Right. Yeah, it's got to be obvious that it wasn't, but it looked like he was pretty close, and I'm sure they had the right angle. Great job by our guys in the truck.
As always, Big Coast Sportsnet crew, and an extra point for USD for that 3, and makes it a 7-point game. Miles trying to D up on Foster.
USD needs a stop or a turnover here.
Under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Clark working on Rawson. The floater is good. Ciola Clark has hit a lot of big buckets for Western Illinois tonight.
He's just flat out one of the best players in this league, and he's shown it on both ends of the floor. He's locked some people up, and he's made some big shots.
Foster's going to pick up a foul there. Working on Casper Bauer.
And with Casper Bauer, nice job. They're going to close out hard on him. Nice job by Casper Bauer to shot fake a little bit, and they just close out over aggressively, and contact puts him on the line.
Can't get the front end, and those free throws, obviously, at this stage of the game, very important for both sides.
And now USD fouls Parks, put him on the line, and if Western Illinois makes free throws, they're going to get out of here with a conference win on the road to open their season. I don't think there's Coach Molinari wouldn't care how it looks. If they can get out of here with a W, they'll be ecstatic. But no, Clark has been really good. Clark, I tell you what, he's a guy. You talk about a guy on the floor that you want the ball in his hands with the game on the line. That's Ciola Clark for Western Illinois.
Parks can't hit a free throw at the other end for Western Illinois. Open lane for Javal. Miles lays it in. And a quick timeout for Dave Boots. That's what USD needs to convert and do it quickly, because time is certainly in the favor of Western Illinois at this point.
It is. They've cut it to 7 minutes 28. What you're going to see is Coach Boots and his staff know there's 2 or 3 guys on the floor, or 1 or 2, that as soon as they touch it, you got to foul them. You can give up 5 or 6 seconds here and there to get it out of a Ciola Clark's hands or something like that. But they know the scouting report says we want to foul this guy and this guy. Park's going to be one of them, and they'll take 5 or 6 seconds to do that. But right now it's a matter of allowing them 1 or 2 points, and then you having to come down and score 2 or 3 to close the gap over this last minute 28. Might take a little while to play.
7-point deficit for USD. You got to think, if they're going to foul, and they're probably at that point, Terrell Parks is going to be a good candidate, 29% free throw shooter.
You got to let him get the catch. Yep, you're right.
If you're Western Illinois, obviously you want to get it to just about anybody else.
And he's going to get it out of his hands as soon as he gets it.
Foster brings it into the front court. Nearly lost the handle. Lucky. And now Western Illinois just trying to play keep away. Casper Bauer comes out, gets the foul. And that will send McAvoy to the free throw line.
Yeah, Foster got fortunate there. I thought he was going to turn that thing over. About 2 or 3 different Coyote players had a chance to get their hands on it. And now McAvoy goes to the line, and he's a guy that's he's played very well tonight. Hit some perimeter shots and 2 very aggressive takes to the rim.
Double bonus, so he gets 2 either way, gets the first. McAvoy 54% at the line this season. Groof's back in, replacing Tecker.
Nice player, junior college transfer out of Blackhawk College in Illinois. USD's kind of got to get some threes up here.
Rawson drives in off the window with the finish, and another quick timeout for USD.
Got to close the gap. Can't trade 2 for 2, but that's all USD can do. They've got to have this plan in mind. They've got to try to deny some touches and let the right guy get a catch.
Well, Western Illinois has done a pretty good job on the outside. Obviously, Ciola Clark hit his first 4. We saw one from Jack Hopp that gave it a big time, too. They've hit him at crucial points in this game.
That's right. Ciola Clark with another one, yeah.
He's 4 of 8 from downtown. Jack Hopp is 1 of 4. Jordan Foster hit his only attempt from outside. The percentage is not earth-shattering.
No, but as you mentioned, they've been timely. Early in the game to create some separation, and they really kind of exposed University of South Dakota's zone defense, forced them to change what they were doing, and then down the stretch here, they've had some critical ones. They were going to try to send Parks long, and Techer's in there to foul him. And then with the, I guess the clock had started. They did run a second off the clock. I think if you foul them with a dead ball situation, it's a little different scenario. But now they've got to hope he's 29%.
Back at the free throw line, and that one's well short.
It kind of surprises me that Coach Mo keeps him in, you know, when this situation.
Parks missed them both, and the Coyotes have a chance to chip away again. Miles dishes off. Rawson up and under. Nice finish.
They know they're going to foul.
Quick timeout for Jim Molinari and Western Illinois as they see their lead shrink back to 5. And a nifty finish from Karim Rawson.
It was. Good take. Good find by Miles, and Rawson with a nice finish. Down to 5, 59 seconds. It's a lot of time. They'll probably get Parks out here and put Link in. Probably a higher percentage free throw shooter, because they know they're going to shoot free throws, so he can always get Parks back in on the defensive end. But if he does leave him in there, you know who USD is going to foul.
Under a minute to go. 59.2 seconds remaining. Summit League opener for both USD and Western Illinois. Leathernecks move on to Kansas City on Saturday. The Coyotes will host IUPUI here at the Dakota Dome. But obviously, with 5 of their first 6 conference games coming here at home, if you're Dave Boots, you certainly want to get piling up those conference wins early on, because as we talked about earlier, it's going to go the other direction in the second half of the season.
Yep, you've got to find a way to get some wins early in the season at home, as you mentioned, because, hey, the bottom line is late in the season, probably you're going to be playing 5 or 6 on the road, and you want to have a team that has some confidence because they were able to get some W's early.
Jordan Foster draws the foul from Karim Rawson.
As long as they make them, they're in good shape. USD is going to have to hit some threes, which you'll see is Western Illinois. It's a 2-possession. This could turn into a 3-possession game. You'll see Western Illinois really defend the 3-point line and not double anybody in the post.
Foster gets them both. The lead is back to 7. Miles, quick pull-up for 3, and it's good. Timeout for USD.
Down to 4, 49 seconds left. This is big now. The worst they can come down is a 2-possession game. If Western makes 2 free throws, obviously what they want to do is try to get a steal on the inbounds. They've come close to it a couple times. Miles just comes down. You can't give him this much room. McAvoy's got to realize where he's at and defend the 3-point line.
Is that a point you just dig your heels in on the perimeter and say you're going to have to go over?
Yeah, or if you are going to shoot, it's going to be contested. And it's not like he pulled up from 4 feet behind the line. McAvoy just got to realize, I'm getting inside the 3-point line. I got to defend the 3-point line. But you know, if they pull up from 25, 26, that's light. But that one was just, you know, right on the 3-point line. But now what you got to do is this is, you know, get a little bit tight. Kids got to step up here. We saw it last night up in Brookings. Guy has a chance to put the game away and misses some free throws. All of a sudden, they don't become as easy, especially when you're on the road.
66 67-63, Western Illinois with 49 seconds remaining. What a ball game. What a great start to the conference season.
It is, and that's the neat thing about conference games is you always have the extra edge, and every one matters, every possession matters. Right now, USD is going to try to turn them over, try to deny. What they've got to watch out here is anytime Western Illinois brings everybody up, you have the opportunity to throw something deep. You've got to make sure they're communicating on their switches and trying to deny.
So Western Illinois will inbound. USD D'ing up the full length here. And they're going to want to foul quick. And again, Parks, 29% shooter, not in there. Oh, and Casper Bauer nearly took it away, but he's...
Did it touch? It must have touched the basket support. I did not see that. Now what they can't do is they can't run the play they just did. They threw the ball out of bounds along the baseline because it was after a made basket. It's kind of the same thing as being able to run the baseline. But now they can't run that play because there had already been a play, and this is not after a made basket.
So Western Illinois gets another chance to inbound here. Ciola Clark will do the honors. Oh, good defense there from Javal Miles as he knocks it away. Just 0.4 of a second come off the clock there.
Great effort by USD. Coach Molinari is going to age 9 years here in these last 46 seconds. It's got to be frustrating that you can't get it in.
Does move it over to the sideline. And they do get it in to McAvoy. Coyotes unable to foul. Clark has it poked away by Tecker.
I don't know right now if they want the foul. If they run here, they just kind of poke it away, and they want the ball in Clark's hands. There's no question. But I don't think there's enough time to run this thing down.
Foul's going to be called here against Javal Miles. It's his third. And it will send Jordan Foster to the free throw line. Foster, the freshman, 4 for 4 at the stripe so far tonight.
There's enough time if they're going to defend the three-point line aggressively. If you can change speeds and get to the rim within 6, 7, 8 seconds, take the quick two. There's enough time there. You hope they miss a free throw somewhere along the way.
Jordan Boots, three-point specialist, back up off the bench, replacing Tecker.
All 5 guys can shoot the three right now. What you have is you've got Link out there, Hoff and McAvoy, who are all bigs, kind of having to defend some smaller, quicker guys. Western Illinois is going to have to be disciplined on defense.
Foster, 6 for 6 at the free throw line, and his hit some big ones late here. Lead is 6. Coyotes need something in a hurry.
They're going for all threes. Okay.
And then Boss was looking for Karim Rousen. And it's knocked out of bounds by Western Illinois. Coyotes will inbound underneath. 29.3 on the game clock.
If you're going to penetrate, you got to have some guys flaring out.
Well, Rawson inbounded it off. Hop gets it and one. What a heads-up play by Karim Rawson.
The old off the back. Off his back. Here we'll see him. The defender has his back turned to him. And then he gets the and one. Great read by Rawson. Now all of a sudden has a chance to cut this thing to 3.
So Rawson a chance to complete a three-point play here and make it a one-possession game. Got it.
And you see Tecker coming back in for defensive reasons. Everybody's got to get matched up. Don't let them go long. Try to create the turnover. Crowd's starting to get into it.
28.1 left in the ball game. It's louder in here now than it's been all night. A foul on the inbound.
We call Kasperbauer, I think, on the hold of McAvoy, and McAvoy's knocked his free throws down, but like we said, game's on the line. They're down 3. USD, their goal is to get 3 more shots off in this game and hope that in the meantime, Western Illinois isn't able to convert all their free throws.
McAvoy did make his first 2, but a 54% shooter. Got the front.
Once again, 5 3-point shooters. What they've got to do is if somebody does attack the rim, they've got to really spread out on the opposite side and be ready to shoot the 3.
Parks set to check back in for Western Illinois. McAvoy hits them both. Here comes Parks. Obviously a defensive move here for Molinari.
Yeah, I don't know who he's going to guard, but probably guard Rawson, I think.
Is he just disrupting the perimeter?
Well, he'll disrupt wherever he's at, that's for sure. He's a big body.
McAvoy, good job closing that look off for Casper Bauer. Boss can't hit the 3. Rebound to Rawson, and the putback is good. Back to a 3-point game. Foul goes against Jordan Boots, and Jordan Foster goes back to the free throw line.
Well, you got to give Western Illinois credit. They come on the road. They're making their free throws for the most part down the stretch. USD continues to fight and make this thing interesting. They need Western Illinois to miss.
Foster's first miss in 7 attempts tonight.
They're going to get at least 2 more shots, USD is, and so even if they're down 3, they don't have to take the 3 if they can cut it to 1.
Foster missed them both. Here's Miles, under 15. Counts going to hold for the last shot here.
I don't know.
Miles pulls up, got it!
Crazy. Now they got to watch out. This is a lot of time. Clark is not the guy. You can't let him beat you.
Here comes Clark. Found some space at the buzzer. Ciola Clark wins it for Western Illinois. What a finish.
I tell you what, great job by Clark. He comes down and just hesitates, stands his defender up, and just explodes by him and hits the runner in the game, in the plane.
The referees are obviously going to look at it,
but it's
in live action. It didn't look like it was close.
Yeah, but you got to look at it. But it was great play. I mean, he's not the guy you want to beat.
Here it is. Look at the clock. That's out of his hands with .6.
Yep.
So this will count, and Western Illinois is going to escape the Dakota Dome with a win.
It's a great play by Clark down the stretch, and it's a great gutty performance by USD to put themselves in position to win this thing or push this thing to overtime.
There it is. And bucket is good, and Western Illinois survives 73 to 71. That one, the winner from Ciola Clark. Appropriate that he was the guy given the night he had offensively. Yeah. 73-71 your final. Back to wrap things up from the Dakota Dome right after this. What a finish in Vermillion, South Dakota. Western Illinois wins it 73-71 on Ciola Clark's buzzer beater. They reviewed it, but it wasn't all that close. Left his hand in plenty of time, and that's a big reason why we are honoring Ciola Clark as our player of the game. He started off red hot in that first half, hit his first 4 3-pointers, and really never slowed down. He didn't score quite as often in the second half, but big buckets at big times. Ciola Clark finishes with 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. He is our player of the game. Of course, he hit the game winner, and that was the biggest one of the night. The difference, 73 to 71. Back with your second half highlights right after this. What a start to the Summit League basketball season here tonight. Western Illinois wins the thriller 73-71 over the University of South Dakota. It was a particularly fun second half in this one, back and forth throughout. Let's take a look at your highlights. Coyotes trailed at the half, but Casey Kasperbauer, one of the true freshmen, started to come alive and really creating a lot of things offensively. Terrell Parks doing it all night long as well. He had 14, picked up his 4th foul on a technical early in that second half. That allowed the Coyotes to make a run. Kasperbauer had a huge second half for USD, scored all of his points. Finished with 9 on the night. Don McAvoy, though, what a night he had. 16 points, and he was the beneficiary of some of that attention that Terrell Parks was receiving. Karim Rawson had a nice night for USD, 19 points, 5 rebounds. The throwdown from Michael Ocharobia, who was spelling Parks while he was on the bench. One of the young kids for Western Illinois, Jordan Foster, hit some big shots, hit that 3, hit several free throws down the stretch as well. And Terrell Parks, when he came back in, he was on a mission.
Yep, he was the guy that I thought really sparked him to create some separation. All credit to USD. They battled back, put themselves in a position to win this thing, tied it up. Great play.
Miles hits that 3 with about 5 seconds left, but right back down the floor comes Ciola Clark and the Leathernecks. He finds some room. The teardrop is good at the horn, and Western Illinois prevails 73-71. Let's take a look at your final stats from this ball game, and as the finals, would indicate, it was pretty neck and neck throughout.
Very much so. USD improved throughout the game. They caused Western Illinois some problems in the second half. They were able to close the gap. Western Illinois, you give them credit with the game on the line. For the most part, they made free throws. And then with the game truly on the line in the last possession, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Watch it. They should watch that on film. That's how you stand a defender up and get by him for the game winner. Great effort on both teams.
Western Illinois improves to 4-3 on the season. They're 1-0 in the Summit League. Coyotes fall to 3-4. They are 0-1 in the league. What a way to start the Summit League basketball season. Western Illinois wins it in a thriller, 73-71 on Ciola Clark's teardrop at the buzzer. For Greg Steven, I'm Jay Elson. Thanks for watching Summit League basketball on Mid